The story of Rumpelstiltskin. Long ago, in a kingdom shadowed by perpetual twilight, there lived a miller who was as ambitious as he was foolish. To secure his place among the noble court, he spun a reckless lie that his daughter could spin straw into gold. The king, greedy and intrigued, summoned the girl to his castle. Her name was Lila, a sharp-witted woman who saw through her father's schemes but had no way to escape them. She was locked in a high stone tower with mounds of straw and an old spinning wheel. The king's ultimatum was clear: produce gold by morning or forfeit your life. Desperate, Lila wept, her tears soaking into the dusty floor. As midnight approached, the shadows in the room began to twist and writhe, coalescing into the form of a small man with eyes like embers and a smile that seemed stitched onto his face. "I can spin your straw into gold," he said, his voice like rustling leaves. "But every miracle has its price." "What do you want?" Lila whispered, her breath hitching. The man tilted his head, his grin widening. "For now, something simple, a trinket. That locket around your neck will do." The locket was all Lila had left of her mother, but with her life on the line, she handed it over. True to his word, the man spun the straw into glimmering gold threads. When the king returned and saw the room filled with treasure, his greed only deepened. The next night, Lila was locked in a larger room with even more straw. Again, the man appeared, this time demanding her ring. By the third night, the pile of straw seemed insurmountable, and the man's price was chilling: her firstborn child. Lila hesitated, but fear overpowered her reason. She agreed, and the man spun the straw into gold one final time. The king, overjoyed, married Lila, and she became queen. Years passed, and Lila had a son, a bright-eyed boy, who filled her heart with joy. She had nearly forgotten the shadowy figure from the tower until the day he appeared in her nursery. "I've come to collect," he said, his voice as cold as the grave. Lila begged and pleaded, offering him riches, jewels, even her crown, but the man's smile didn't waver. "I want the life you promised me. A bargain struck cannot be undone." Desperate, Lila demanded a chance to save her child. The man, amused, gave her a riddle. "Guess my name within 3 days and you may keep your son. Fail, and he is mine." For 2 days, Lila scoured the kingdom for names. She whispered them to the wind, called them into the forest, but none were right. On the third night, she ventured into the woods, following the trail of a strange melody. It led her to a clearing where the man danced around a fire, chanting a song to himself. "Rumpelstiltskin is my name. No one shall know, no one shall tame. Bound by darkness, bound by flame, I'll claim the child, all the same." Lila froze. She fled back to the castle, her heart pounding. When the man returned to her chambers, his smile was smug. "Have you a name for me, my queen?" Lila feigned hesitation before whispering, "Rumpelstiltskin." The man's face twisted in fury, his ember eyes flaring. "How did you—" Before he could finish, the shadows around him surged, consuming his form. His scream echoed through the chamber, fading into silence as he disappeared. The kingdom was safe, but Lila's relief was short-lived. As the years passed, strange things began to happen. Clocks stopped in her presence. Shadows moved unnaturally. And her son, now a young man, would sometimes stare into the dark corners of the room, his expression distant, as though he heard a voice no one else could. One night, as Lila lay in bed, she heard it too. A faint whisper, like a thread unraveling. Rumpelstiltskin. And she wondered if bargains with the dark are ever truly broken.